Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Khalil. Thank you for tuning in to episode 7 of the Opinion Factory podcast. Fair warning, this episode contains very strong language. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. We live?
We live.
We live.
We live. Welcome back to the Opinion Factory podcast, the podcast for free thinkers and challenge seekers. I'm Khalil.
I'm Alex.
I'm Gerry with a G. Oh, you wasn't going to introduce
I'm
me?
going to introduce my guest. You know, it's my nigga Gerry here.
Whoa, hey, calm down, buddy.
It's my nigga.
We don't use that type of language around here.
This is my nigga, though. I'm black. I can say it.
Can you?
Why not?
Is that how it works?
Can you?
Of course. You see this? We went over this, bro.
I mean, it means you can't cheat, but I don't know if you can say that word, though.
It gives us a no cheating clause.
I kind of beg to differ, though, to be honest.
What do you mean?
What you mean?
I think you can say the N-word.
I'm just asking. I just don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I mean, black skin isn't the only criteria. You gotta be.
what else?
You gotta actually be black, though. Like, could a
So can Spanish people say it?
could an Indian person say it?
Oh, hell no. No, hell no.
You said what?
They got Indian person. Can they say it?
No.
I think so.
They got dark skin?
No.
I think so.
No, not a chance. Bro.
Why
Not
not?
a chance.
Is that how they say it?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't
not,
be
bro.
offended.
That's not flying.
Nah.
Nah.
All right. Actually, to be real, I think no one should say it unless you're black. And even if you're black, you should be careful on who you say it in front of. Yeah.
Like, I can't say it to white people?
No.
Yeah, I can. Like, if the white person's wilding out, like, yo, nigga, what?
I mean, so
See, that's
I'ma
natural.
hit that with
That's
the nigga what?
natural reaction, though.
actually, so to be honest, if you want to say it, I think that's fine. I guess I should rephrase it that you should be careful to say it when you say it around other black people
Like, older black people?
or younger or whatever.
I mean,
But why though?
I get why.
We're the same.
I get why an older black person might be offended by it if they lived through that history, right? Like, if they were alive, you know, back when MLK was still protesting and all that.
History hasn't really gone away though.
It hasn't, but they lived through it, and the younger person hasn't, so they don't really feel the weight of that word as much as
Yeah,
an
but
older
they were
person
saying
would.
they were
I
saying
agree
with
with
the
that.
ER though.
They say what?
They were saying with the ER.
Oh, like nigger?
Yeah. Yeah, that sound
Fucking
ugly, bro.
nigger.
That sound ugly, bro. Nah, this shit's different, bro.
So it's like, what if? So can a white person say nigga?
No.
So ER or no ER, they can't say it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying black people shouldn't say with the ER either.
But even if you say nigga without the ER around an older black person, that's still gonna give them flashbacks, though.
I mean, how many people live through that joint though?
That's what I'm
Quite a
saying
few.
too.
Like, I
up
work
here?
I work with
I mean,
older people,
that's
and there
like-
was white ladies who were talking about back when they were busing and all that stuff, and they're not even that
yeah,
old.
that's fair. That was like 30 years ago. That's
Yeah.
fair. All right, I'll give you that.
It's not that long ago.
It's not that long ago. Yeah, true. I probably wouldn't say it from like any old people then.
I wouldn't say it in front of old people. I can get that. Like, those are the only people that I'll be careful about it.
I say that though, it depends though. Cause I'll say it in front, like if I'm hooping, I'll be like N1 nigga.
So context matters.
There might be some old people there though.
See, that's the thing about it.
Do you say nigga a lot?
Not really. Like so where I tried to.
Why do you think that? So I used to say nigga all the time.
Yeah.
But through the experiences in my life, and I still say it. I still say nigga.
Right.
And I'm
Nothing wrong
happy.
with
I'm a proud nigga. I love my niggas.
that. You my nigga.
Yeah, you know. So I'm perfectly fine with saying it. But like I got suspended for saying nigga before.
Damn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was crazy. I'll never forget that.
You said to like another black person? Or you said
To another black person.
From
You got
school or
suspended?
In school, yeah, from school. I was in 7th or 8th grade,
That's really.
and one of my friends, somebody was chasing him,
Yeah.
and you know, I was a big dude in middle school, and he was a small dude. He didn't grow up yet. He ran into me, and when he ran into me, he bumped and he fell to the ground, and all the teacher saw was him on the ground and me on top of him. That's all they saw. He came up to me. Now I told you I said nigga all the time, in front of my parents, white people, black people.
Your parents?
Yeah, because they say, yo, Haitians say, they say, nigga got a nick side. That's look at this nigga. It's just in Creole.
I haven't heard my mom say that once, bro.
well, I wouldn't say nigga in front of your mom. but yeah, he was like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And literally, I think I was 13 years old. My reply to the teacher was, oh, nothing. This nigga just bumped into me.
You wild, bro.
But in my eyes, I didn't see. In my eyes, the word is fine. You
That's
know?
wild, bro.
I mean, I want to do something like that now.
You said the teacher, bro?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Straight to
He wasn't my teacher. He was a
Don't
phys ed
matter.
teacher. I never had him, but I knew who he was. And he says, wait, what did you say? And
You said it again?
No, I didn't. I remember. I was like, I said he bumped into me, and he's like, no. What were your exact words?
Was he white?
He was white. And so I stopped and thought about it, and I was just like, oh, I know where he's getting at. And I was like, I said, this nigga bumped into me. And he was just like, to the office now. And, you know, teacher, the principal, it was the vice principal at the time, he really, like, was telling me, like, you're suspended for 1 day, that's foul language. And I
Was
really...
he white too?
Yeah, he was white too.
That's just like, I feel like that's political correctness. They weren't offended by that.
Local organization. What was that? 10 years ago?
More than 10 years ago. Out here giving my age on this podcast.
Come on, bro. He
Know,
wasn't so
bro.
offended by this.
I don't
That word
know.
didn't hurt him. It's like if he said fuck. Of
This
course
shit
it's
was
inappropriate.
almost
Yeah,
like
who's
almost
that,
like
who's
15
that
years
PC
ago.
for, though?
Of course, I don't
Who's
know.
that PC? It's not
For the
it's
white?
not for the.
I still to this day think it
the dude
was
that bumped into you
stupid.
was black, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he's not gonna care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just political correctness.
I would agree with that. That's what it was. But was it worth? I feel like, especially
bro.
at that time with that topic, you shouldn't be suspending a black man. Like it was never discussed. Like there was nothing in school or anything that said, you know, the word nigga is inappropriate. You
They
know what
give
I
you the
mean?
history of it or something like
Yeah,
that?
none of that. So there was nothing for me to be aware. Like after that, I still said the nigga all the time. I said nigga all the time,
said that
just
shit
not to
too.
teachers now. Like I just didn't say it to teachers, but I still said that shit all the time. But what actually made me stop was this awkward moment I had one time. I remember it was at a New Year's Eve party. I was in high school. I think my senior year or something, and me and my brother were chilling at our boys' crib. And there was these 3 white girls that were chilling on the couch. And before I even knew it was them, you could hear them talking. And they were literally like, yo, this nigga, da-da-da-da. I told this nigga, blah, blah, blah. But no, on the real, because, you know, you can tell when, even black people, but especially non-black people, when they never say the N-word,
Yeah.
you could tell that they
yeah.
never say the N-word.
For sure.
Right? Yeah, you
For
could
sure.
tell. But you see them, you can tell they say it all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Cause we didn't know that they were white. Like when I tell you I was in shock, I turned over and I was like, it's these white girls talking right now. And they're talking amongst each other. All 3 of them were white. And when I told you,
So not one of them's a nigga.
no. And
Not one of them's a nigga.
And I was so, it was so awkward to me. Like I wanted to say something, but it was just, I was astonished. You know what I mean? Like me, it was like watching animals in the jungle. Like you know when you're just watching, like, wow, look at like me and my brother and my other boy, we were just like looking at them like, yo, like maybe they're actually black, but they're just
What?
they're so light skinned that they and
So
and it
light
was-
skin with blonde hair. Like, that's crazy.
there was even a dude in high school, and like anybody watching this that went to my high school, they might know who he is. We used to call him Nigga Nick, and we called him Nigga Nick because he was white, but he would always say nigga. And
And you'll embrace that?
so
You let that
like
fly?
listen, we didn't let it fly. I didn't know him like that, right? But you know, he didn't bother me. Like he didn't bother me. So I if you want to say if I let it fly, like I didn't beat his ass or nothing, I didn't. But we came at him a few times about it. And but you know, it wasn't worth like, you know, fighting him or anything like that. And he would say, "Oh, I got a pass." He said he's from Mission Hill. Like he
Bro,
and,
you know,
should-
you see,
and literally we'd be like,
you see,
"Do we look like the niggas from Mission Hill?"
Yeah, facts. This pass joint don't work, bro.
I agree. It
Like,
doesn't.
there's no pass, but oh man, my black friend so I can say nigga now. So
But you know what? That's your black friend.
Yeah,
I'm not
facts.
your
You don't
black
know-
friend.
You don't know me, bro.
Like so, and like I said, we did take it seriously. You know, we took the nigga as a joke. You know, like we never took him seriously. So we would see him and we would actually clown him, be like, "Yo, this nigga Nick" or whatever. Then like we would laugh
Ooh,
about
love
it.
that, I bet.
Definitely.
I mean, he probably did go home and just like, yeah, you know, I'm a real nigga now. Call me nigga Nick or whatever like that. But that's what we did. We clowned him because we thought it was stupid that he thought like it was cool to say it, and I feel like that's especially the non-black people. They say it because they want to feel cool.
Yeah, I'm wondering like why do they want to say it so badly?
Because it's like I saw something recent. Is like that's the only thing that like white people can't get away with.
Right, that's the only thing that they're excluded from, right?
Yeah,
and they want to be
it's
included in everything.
Like anything else, like you know, you can pretty much do what you want if you're white here. But that's the one thing. It's like, damn, like if I do it, there's some repercussions now.
Like I saw somebody like,
and it just makes
do the analogy to like Black Lives Matter. He said that the only reason white people hate Black Lives Matter is because it doesn't include white people. That's why they came up with All Lives Matter, not because they care about police lives, not because white people are dying left and right for some bullshit. It's just because they're not included in Black Lives Matter. Yeah. So they protested our protest because they're not included. And so now they want to say nigga because now they're not included. Now they're protesting Black Panther because they weren't included, right?
They were included, bro.
They weren't as much.
I mean.
And so like this nigga thing is this inclusion thing, this feeling that you can't have this thing, especially if it came from us, and then be like we can't use it too.
I got a friend that said he doesn't like the Medea movies, a white friend, and I mean I'm not a big fan of them either. I only like two of them, or one of them. One of them was good.
Haven't seen that one of them.
But he said he doesn't like it. Like he gave a number of reasons, but his last reason was, and there's no white people in there. And I just because I didn't want to get in the conversation with it, but I was just like, how many movies out there though with no black folks? You know what I mean?
Lord of the Rings?
And like, how many movies like I totally get the whole like I get it, like you think people should be included and stuff, but like when I watch a movie that takes place in England in the fucking 1600s and I don't see any black people in there, I don't really stop and think like, where's the black people? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like I find it funny, like I mean there's plenty like of black folks the same as white folks that don't hang around other race because their community is mostly that, or that's who they're around with. So I even feel like a movie like the Medea movie, like you just have a main cast of black people who just happen to be around a community where there's a lot of black people.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing though. I think they feel cool when they say it too though. And then you gotta keep in mind like it's in a lot of songs, bro.
I don't care.
Hey, bro, it's in a ton of songs, bro. What's that song? I think you and Jeff showed me, bro. Dude said nigga like every 5 words, bro.
So
there's like a lot
I'm over here making confessions about my past.
There's like a lot of songs. If you take nigga out, it's trash.
Dude,
it is like no bullshit, bro. Like it's trash.
I agree.
Like, freaking what song was it? It was that Lil Reese song? I remember in high school. That Lil Reese song came out at the top. It's just us. That's how the song went. And then you say that after every bar ended with nigga, bro. Every single line ended with nigga.
I haven't heard that song, but
I
see what you're saying.
So it's like this song is trash. And then I'm gonna use it might be a bad comparison, but you look at other offensive words like you say like fag or whatever. It's not in music.
Faggot?
It's not in.
I feel like Dave Chappelle right now. Like because he was doing a comedy, he was allowed to say faggot.
Nah, but it's not any of that. Like it's not any popular culture, so it's like there's no that word's just gonna stay dead now.
Right.
Where it's like niggas like it's every single
it's hip.
It's everywhere, bro.
Right.
So it's always gonna be allowed. So that's why people want to say it. You feel cool when you do it.
So what if like a group of people? What if gay people started making songs and they just started calling each other faggot now? Does that give us all a pass to say it, or can we still not say it?
It doesn't, but I bet you some straight people will start saying that shit though. 100%. I 100% bet you they will.
Because we're not included.
No, because they think it'll be cool. Or it's in the lyrics.
Well, I guess it depends.
So when the lyric comes up, the white people just can't say it. It's like everyone just gotta be like, oh, this is the word doesn't exist now.
But it's like it's not just the fact that it's in songs, right? It's the fact that hip hop has such a huge influence on culture in America.
It does.
That's more like if they were saying in country songs, like nobody would be saying it even still. Like if they were saying like in EDM or whatever it is, like nobody would still be saying. But it's because hip hop is like this pinnacle of culture that we have right now, and to be hip, you gotta say and you gotta rap everything that that's in hip hop. That's why they're so pressed to say nigga. It's not because it's in music; it's because it's in a specific type of music.
So what if they're singing the song? You just want them to be like, Hey, it's just
So,
like that's what
Yes.
What
like.
is
Yes.
that's so you think that they shouldn't say the N-word if they're reciting a song?
Under any circumstances.
You say the same?
I think the same, but at the same time, it's like it's in the song.
Yeah,
Like,
so
understand the same
I
song, bro.
I think that's something like depending on how it's done. Like you can have people be like real ignorant about it and like come around you and just start rapping lyrics and to say
If
the
y'all-
N-word in front of
if
you.
y'all-
So that's like different. But like I remember I was at a Jay-Z concert. You know that song where it's like my nigga, you better get it
All right.
magic, and
Yeah, it's a huge part of the song.
everybody was saying it. I remember I was looking around, and the white people, you could tell they were like, "This is my chance." You know what I mean? This is my chance. And they were saying it, and I honestly, like, I looked at it like, so here's my viewpoint of like specifically like I you know the other word like faggot and other words are different, but like with the word nigga, I feel like and this is me personally, it's okay for people to say it, like anyone to say it, but it's not okay for people to use it. And I feel like that's a big difference. Because I know some people, like, you know, we could have a white person here right now and read something, and the word nigger or nigger would pop up. And they'll skip over that word, or they'll say the N-word. Because there is people that will get offended, even though you just...
That's
No,
soft though.
it is, but it's... and
Like, if
people are soft
if you
now.
asking
People are soft
If you
now.
asking somebody to read something like, the N-word, like, no, that's corny. Like, just
It
read
is corny, I
Like,
agree.
Think about the news. That's what they do all the time,
no, but the
right?
Yes,
The
see,
reason-
example.
but
The
the
news is the
reason-
same thing, and I feel like in the news, if they're saying, "Oh, you know, something
Yeah, it makes-
happened," and the word "nigger" was, they should. I think that's fine.
It makes it more like real. It makes
Right,
it like,
but they don't do that. They say N-word
Yeah,
instead.
so you're just softening what really happened then. Like if you're reciting like some excerpt from long ago, like this person used to do this and this nigga did this.
The fact
should
to
keep it.
say that somebody can't say a word, like I should be able to say, "Nigga," "faggot," "slut," "cunt," "bitch." Like say it. I'm not saying use it,
Okay.
but I should be able to say those words freely. You know what I mean?
Depending on the context.
Yes, exactly. Well,
Yeah,
that's
Context,
what I
and,
mean.
That's what you
context
mean,
and
that's what you
intent is everything, right?
But even like I don't think it should be used at all if you're not black, no matter what the context is.
No, that's
is.
the context.
Just
though.
know I'm gonna edit the video and give no context
You're
when you
hit-
said that.
What was that?
Just know I'm gonna edit the video and give no context when you said that.
You said what?
He's gonna edit the video to give no context to what you just said.
Marco, this man's HR like, yeah, he works for you, bro. Like,
But in the context of a white person comes, he's like, "What's good, my nigga?" Like that's
That's-
even if
like
they're
Vince-
using
like Vince?
it,
Nah, see, and that's
that's
using
still context.
Yeah, that is context. Yeah, and I wouldn't be able to fuck with that.
Right.
And like I remember I've heard this before. Like I had somebody ask me, why is it that black people can say it but I can't? And honestly, every time I hear someone ask that question, I really think it's a stupid question, because the first thing that pops in my mind is, who the fuck said that black people can say it? Like honestly, like okay,
We said it.
Listen, I'm saying I can say it. You're saying you can say it. You're saying you can say black people say it. But I'm no Martin motherfucking King. Like I don't speak on behalf of all black people. So if I say this is how I feel, like here's the thing, the black community itself can't agree on how
True.
the N-word can be used.
True.
So I feel like if you're not black and then you say the word nigga, you're literally throwing yourself in between, like, you know, two black people that are like shooting at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like why? So that's what it says. Don't even say it at all. Like it like I just said right now. I'm okay if you just say it. But and I know this sounds like contradicting, but if I was white, I actually wouldn't even say it. Period. If I was white, but me personally, I just because you just don't know. Like I could literally go right now in Roxbury and I could say, "What's up, my nigga?" to 100 black people, and I'm telling you, there's a chance there could be maybe like one or two black folk that say, "Why you calling me nigga? You don't know me."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. That white person could do the same thing. Say, "What's up, my nigga?" Now, his chances of getting punched in the face is very high, and he's more likely to get rejected off of that. But at the same time, I bet you he will find 100, or maybe you have to do 500, but he will find at least one or more person that will be okay with it, because no black person agrees. So there's no reason. Like I just don't understand. Like
But I think it's
you can't say, why can you say what I can? Like anytime I hear somebody say that, I was like, who said I could say it? Okay, if I say, like me and my brother, we have different opinions on the word nigga. you and me, look, we're even talking about it right now, and we have slightly different opinions. So, and this is us. I'm black, you're black, you're black. So if you're not black, why are you gonna be so stupid and have the audacity to then jump in to something that black people within their own community have trouble with?
But
I feel like that's so. I feel like I feel.
That's
You
a
know,
good
you know what
point.
I'm saying?
it's a good point. But I see this. So since it's so popular now, you don't think they already feel like, okay, we already agreed that we can say that shit? Like you don't like, because it's in every song, people saying each other, they putting in memes. So they're gonna be like, okay, so these dudes already decided.
Jay Z
they
said
already decided you can
nigga.
say it.
Lil Wayne said nigga. I'm
Yeah,
not
like
Lil
the
Wayne. I'm not Jay Z.
But
Just
the most,
because he
but the
said
most
it.
popular people said it, and then you see like almost everybody around, almost all the black people around you say it too.
And you know they love to use like particular black people to represent our entire culture.
And,
So
and that's the
those
problem.
people
No, they
are-
do.
No,
They do.
They love doing
No,
that.
I'm not saying they. I'm not saying they
And so if
don't.
they're using it as the person who represents our culture, and they're saying nigga and all that, then they're gonna assume, I guess, black people can say this now. But what I want to say is that
But that's what it looks like though. Is that not what it looks like?
that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I agree. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not gonna be like,
But my thing is like, there's a difference. Like, I get what you're saying, like how black people still can't agree on, like, you know, if we should use it. But the thing is, what black people disagree on is whether or not we should use it, not whether or not we can use it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we
Yeah.
all agree
Alright,
that
that's
we,
fair,
we have
that's
the
fair.
ability to do it, but some black people say, no, we can, but we still shouldn't. But we all agree that white people just can't in general. It's not that should they or should they not, it's just that they can't. With black people, it's should we or should we not that we can't. And I think that's where the difference is.
Yeah, I agree.
but you gotta look at the reason why black people say they can't say it to each other though.
Why they shouldn't say to each other
Yeah.
because of the history.
'Cause
Because
of
it was meant to
history.
oppress.
But black people never oppress each other.
It's
with
not
that
just
word,
the history.
bro.
No, it's not just the history.
What-
So my twin brother, he gave a great example to me that he said someone told him one time. He said that like people who use the word nigga, they don't use it on people, on black folks with high status. Like you would never refer to Barack Obama as nigga. Like never. Like you would never go up to him and say, "What's up, my nigga?" Or you would never like you would not use him in that sense. If
But
I
they
was
did
a
that, though.
doctor,
What's-
if I was a
what's his
doctor,
name?
you wouldn't be like, you know,
Yeah, I would. I think I would.
I
Like, I feel like
bro.
right now, look at you. Like, you're high status, fairly, right?
yeah.
You're my nigga Jerry.
like,
Are you not?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying because I would too. I would still be like,
I don't know how much I can agree with that, bro. No lie.
But it does have some like people use it less.
I feel
with-
like I wouldn't say to Obama because he's the fucking president, right?
But doesn't that say something though?
But that's the president.
I wouldn't call him my
But
homie
still,
even.
though.
I wouldn't even call him my homie, and that's not controversial.
But that also says something about the word homie too. Like who, like how comfortable are you really calling certain people homies? Like you know, you call your boys homies because you feel that comfortable with.
But what if I grew up with Obama now? What if he's actually my boy?
I guess that is a little different.
Right? Like if I met him, obviously, like if he comes to my job or something on some crazy surprise visit, like, oh, is that my nigga Obama? Word? I'm not gonna do that.
But that's when, because you know him, you know him more on a personal level. But because if you don't know him in a personal level and he has a certain status, like the president, or you know, you got the governor or something like that, you don't say nigga. If you don't know him,
there
you
is
won't
a
say
nuance.
nigga.
Yeah.
Because-
I feel like you're more likely to say nigga to like somebody like in street clothes.
And
so
it's
to speak.
because
So
of his
to speak,
status.
look.
That's what's stopping you right there. Because if he wasn't where you know the status that he was at, you wouldn't say what's
But
up.
it's
my
not just
nigga.
because you don't know him though.
I say what's up, my nigga, to people I don't know too. Even though I'm more careful with that because I know there's some people that actually.
But to the people you say it
don't
to,
know.
you probably know him like a little bit though. It's not just like random strangers.
Oh, those
No,
are people that you
bro,
look down
I
on?
just told you when I was younger. Maybe now, but when I was
that's what I'm
younger,
saying, yeah, right now.
I said nigga to everybody: white, black, Indian, Asian.
See, I don't even know how I feel
As
about.
is,
I
you're
don't even
right.
know if I feel about saying that around. I don't even like saying that around white people, or just anybody like just non-black people. I don't even like saying the word around them.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
I
like
felt
it-
uncomfortable
Yeah,
after that.
I feel like
stopped saying.
I feel like it invites them into like just like
I agree.
awkward
like
territory.
that Kendrick Lamar thing.
Yeah, if I'm talking like that Indian person that you said, right? And I said like nigga this, and they're like, oh, maybe like he's giving me a pass. He's saying it wrong.
No, I agree
That's
100%.
that's how it
That
goes.
that is the main reason why I stopped saying, because I do feel like you know, it goes in like you call this white dude, this Indian dude, yo, my nigga, and then he can't say it back.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
so
get
so
that.
so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
refrain
Right,
from
yeah,
doing
100%,
that. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I remember it's actually funny. One of my boys from freaking college, bro. This is my boy Kyle. Actually, I remember I used to take him sometimes when I used to play basketball. At school, I was playing basketball, so it was like almost like pick up basketball, almost like 95% black, probably, or like 80% black. I'll say fair to say. And then they'll be like, okay, we're grabbing people on defense. Like, oh, I got white boy. a white boy's a shooter. Like that's how you identify him.
Because that's very easily identifiable, right?
It is.
He's the only white person
He's
there.
like, it made me mad uncomfortable when dude said it to me. He's like, if I said that to y'all.
Wait, white boy?
Yeah, he's like, but it's like, oh, look, I got the white boy. Like you just keep saying it, and it's like,
what if you were the only black guy there in a group of white people? Like, I got the black guy.
I would not feel uncomfortable at all.
That's what he said. He said
black. I find it funny when some people feel uncomfortable saying black or describing as black because I'm black. I'm black.
I agree.
Right.
I agree with that.
That's a perfect label. Other labels are funny. Colored, nigger, Negro.
I agree with that. But
Afro,
like
those.
If I said that joint to them, they would look at me like they would.
Yeah, because there's a ton of black people there. That's not identifiable. Like, what if it said, okay, get the
here-
guy in the white shirt, get the tall guy, get the short guy, get the fat guy. That's identifiable.
I
if he's
understand
the
why
only person of that
I
type.
understand why it irritated him a little bit though. No bull though. I get where he was coming
Come on,
from,
bro. If I'm in college, like in college, like in most of my classes, I'm the only
So
black
if you
person
were the
there.
only black,
Right?
I can see why it made him uncomfortable, bro. That's all I'm saying. I can see why.
And I heard a group of students talking about, you know, and I did particularly well on some tests. Like, you heard the black guy did well on that test? I'm like, all right, they talking about me. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's fine.
but
I'm cool with that.
But yeah, saying something nice about you though. What
Doesn't
was
matter.
like, oh, that fucking black guy failed the test.
You were saying something nice about the white boy. White boy's on defense. You haven't said nothing bad about him.
No, you didn't say nothing bad about him, but you say nothing good about it. I can see why. I'm just saying I see why it made him uncomfortable.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I don't see it.
Maybe I'm tweaking.
Identifying somebody by race does not make
No, but
anything racist.
no, I'm not saying it makes you racist or
inappropriate.
anything, but it was just in the context of where he was. Like he's the only white dude there.
Did he not know that until they said white boy?
I'm not saying that. But if you go to like freaking, I don't know, you go somewhere like you play base. I don't even know an example. To be the only
Baseball?
If you go to like a hockey, if you're playing hockey,
good,
right?
yeah.
You're playing hockey, and you're the only black dude there. I got the black dude there. They're like,
That's
it's just,
fine.
Yeah, I would be perfectly fine with that.
I'm the black guy. That's me.
I don't know.
I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah, I'm black.
How'd you know? Like, what the
I
fuck?
see why I made him comfortable. That's all I'm saying. Man. I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I would be totally cool with it. Totally cool with it.
He was like, if he said the same shit back, it wouldn't be like. But that's the reason I don't say it. That's why the reason I don't say it. I don't
It's
even
like dangling a piece of meat in front of them that they can't eat. Is that what you're saying? That's pretty much what you're saying, right?
That's a good point. I mean, I don't like saying that around white people.
Oh,
But it's just around like non-colored people.
speaking because you said hip hop. Hip hop does play a big it does impact it a lot. Like one thing I always remembered is when J-Lo got heat for saying nigga in one of her songs.
What was this?
It was a song she did with Ja Rule. I'm real. But she says nigga, and she got a lot of backlash. But what stuck out to me was because I thought it was I'm like, this is back in the day, right? So I'm like, oh, this is controversial. I didn't even know what my opinion was of it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, it didn't really bother me. I was like, oh, because like I said, in my opinion, it's just white people, me personally, that it bothers. But I was just like, I don't really see the big deal. But then this nigga, Fat Joe.
You said this nigga.
This nigga, Fat Joe, who's Latino, went on and like defending her, saying, she's a street, chick or whatever. She's from the Bronx, I think, you could let that pass. And I'm looking and I'm like, this nigga is comes from the same motherfucking place as her.
Right.
So, but nobody was questioning, and this nigga, Fat Joe, was saying nigga.
Oh,
I
see what you're saying.
I had his album, and he said
Oh,
nigga
yeah,
in it all the
yeah,
time.
There was no controversy about that.
No controversy about Fat Joe
Alright,
saying
no,
nigga.
we'll
But J Lo said nigga. Why? Because she's more pop.
Hold
She
that
appeals more to
hold that.
Second part. So, J-Lo said it, and she got heat for it, but Fat Joe said it, and everybody was cool with it.
I think Spanish dudes get a pass, bro.
Spanish, for me anyway, Spanish dudes get a pass.
Yeah, I feel like no one's gonna like.
Latino dudes get a pass.
Why do they get a pass?
Because I mean,
once you start handing out passes,
what
what criteria do you use?
They're usually around us. I feel like most black people interact with Spanish people in some capacity. I feel like. So it's like,
bro, if you go to Florida, Cubans want nothing to do with white people.
What?
Cubans in Florida want
You mean
nothing
black people?
to do with black people.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. You said white people at first, right?
Did I say white people?
You did say
I meant
white
black
people.
people.
That's
They wanted.
I was like, I didn't know.
Is that what I said? I meant black people.
They.
They. It's what every single ethnic group did when they came to America, right? They just want to be not black because black is automatically at the bottom of the social ladder. So when you want to move up in America, the first thing you got to do is distinguish yourself from black people.
I
And
heard
they do that very well.
The Asian culture
They do that.
does the
very
same
well.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they mastered it.
Yeah, they do the same thing.
They're very good at it.
Man, shout out to all my Asian friends out there, man. We're not talking about
I got an Asian friend. That's fine. You know, some of the most.
I have all friends. I have all friends.
But I'm talking about when they first came, the Asian agenda was to separate themselves from black people, to climb the social ladder as quickly as possible.
Perhaps.
And that's just like historically
So Asians don't get a
socioeconomic.
pass.
Is that what we? Is that the criteria? Because I want to know.
Listen,
So it has to do with who's in
I
our
feel like
vicinity,
if you're
who's
so
not in our
like if you're Latino, right? Like we grew up in the same things. We probably facing like a decent amount of the same problems. You get a pass.
They
Especially
get discriminated against just as much as we do, right?
You get fair amount. You get a
See,
pass.
I don't even think
But
it's like whether or not you've been through the same stuff as us. I think I remember you mentioned this before. Like the word nigga doesn't have
No, yeah, that's
a
yeah.
meaning. Like
Yeah.
I mean like as in like everybody has their own meaning
Yeah, you gotta
of
put,
it.
you gotta put the
you know?
adjective in front of it for it to have meaning.
Yeah.
How does a word
And
with no meaning get to be offensive?
Because the history.
because it derives.
Yeah.
So that's
You go.
so and like that's why like I personally, me personally, I said I'm okay with everyone saying nigga except white people, just because the weight that it holds when they say it. Just like look at the word bitch, right?
Yeah.
You know, nowadays you have girls calling their friends bitch, like yo bitch, what's up? You know,
Right.
like
right.
not all of them are like that, because again, to each their own. Everybody has their own way that they feel about
I
it.
feel like older women would be appalled by some of these conversations these younger women be having.
Hot girls was summer, whatever. Get into that. but like me as a heterosexual male, if I call a female a woman a bitch, it's gonna come off a certain way.
Keyword heterosexual.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna come off a certain way no matter what. But if I was gay, let's say if I was gay and
If
I
you were a
said
gay
bitch,
male,
most likely I would get a pass. Just.
But I think it depends on how you use it though. Because if he's like,
No matter how.
if he's trying to be disrespectful with it, I feel like no.
But if he's disrespectful with it, it'll be disrespectful in the same way if a woman was to say it. Because when a woman says it and she wants to be disrespectful, just like if I and same thing with like the word nigga. If I want to be disrespectful, I could say what's up, my nigga, and then I could say you're a bitch ass nigga, and I add that nigga in there to be more.
or it could be
disrespectful.
like white people when they get mad and they want to make sure that they offend you, so they just resort to say nigger. Or you
Yeah,
nigger.
and you could tell they want to piss you off.
Right.
And then those white boys that get a pass, they get a pass. Why? Because whoever's around them feels like that they're the way they carry themselves, their demeanor, that they can relate to them, so they can say the word nigga. Just like how a woman who's around someone who's homosexual, that man says bitch, they're like, well, you're not a heterosexual male. You don't derive from that sexist hierarchy of I'm calling you a bitch because you're a woman and you're below me. You know what I mean? So
I feel like there's a sense of community in these words that kind of dictate whether or not they're accepted by a certain group of people, right? Because both like from what I'm getting here is like if these people grew up around us, even if they're not from where we're from, right? Like I mean, like ethnically, like even if they're not black, they could be Hispanic or whatever. Just because they're part of our community, it's okay for them to say it because they're part of us and we can say it, right? But it's like if we're saying it, but then there was a black kid who grew up just surrounded by white people and he never said it a day in his life, and then somehow he came to the hood and now he's saying it left and right, and he's never said it before. Would you be comfortable with that?
Yeah, I would be completely comfortable.
Yeah.
You would be.
I would be.
If we say
I feel like
that,
he's not
if we,
being sincere.
but if we
I
say
have a
that-
small problem with that.
why?
He's not being like he's not part of that community. He's not.
But if he's coming around and y'all saying it around him, and then he's just saying it back, that's like him trying
Not
to
even-
ingrate himself in that community.
That wasn't what I had in mind. It wasn't like we're saying it to him and he's responding with it back. Like, what's up, my nigga? Oh, nothing, my nigga. It was like he came around. Now he feels like he has to be a part of us now, and so now he's saying it. Like I don't know if you give that example.
So
with the white girl,
I get what you're saying. I
right?
do. I get what you're
So
saying.
he's not being
'Cause
sincere with it
if
because
I
it's not
could-
in his vocabulary, but he's saying it because he's here now.
Because if it's not his
I'll have a problem with
vocabulary,
that.
he's gonna say funny. Like when people
Right.
don't say it, they sound funny when they say it, and I'll be like, all right, you're not being real. I think he'll still be okay to say it, but the fact that he feels like he needs to fit in to say, because if you grow up around white people or people that are not black and they never say it, you're not gonna say it. You're
Exactly.
not. It's only gonna come out.
What about what if you listen to rap music still though? Like what if you
Rap music is not enough for somebody to say it. I don't think. Apparently, it makes people think that they can say it.
I feel like sometimes it is though, because like with that example with the three white girls that you gave, were they? Did you know them? Were they part of
No,
that
I didn't know
community?
them at all. I
'Cause I
didn't
feel like-
know where they were from or anything like that. But
They say it in the
Brockton.
comfort of their own homes and in the comfort of
we
their
were in
own
Holbrook, but
communities.
they probably were some Brockton.
They were from Brockton.
They were probably some Brockton bitches.
Hey,
Whoa.
hey,
Whoa.
hey, what's going on, bro? You alright, bro?
I didn't call them hoes or slut. I don't know. You know, I
Hoes
can't
not
judge
offensive.
them. I can't.
Hoes not offensive.
Oh yeah,
think-
because
I think-
it's something.
Yeah,
that you-
save it. I think slut's more offensive than hoe.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. I think I think slut. A hoe you could get away with hoe, but slut. Like I've hardly ever
Slut's
used
meant
it.
to be offensive.
It is, and I've never called a woman a slut. I've never, and I feel like if I had, like, I probably feel a little guilty. Like damn, that was a little harsh. Like damn, you fucking slut. Like,
What's wrong with me?
like that just seems like a strong word to
Yeah,
me.
you only
Like,
use that if you like a white person using nigger to
I might as
say offensive
yeah,
about it.
exactly. If I said it, I'm really trying. I might as well spit on you. Like,
Right.
Like I
It's like
don't
if,
respect you at all.
like if your ex broke your heart or something and you just mad at her.
Yeah, like she
"You
cheated
little
on me with,
slut,
like,
I can't believe you. Like that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
But like ho's not offensive.
I just don't think you just, like it's used a little more loosely now. You know, like I'm in my whole phase. You can say shit like that. Like guys will say I'm whole.
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
You know,
If I was a woman, I don't think I would feel offended by the word hoe. Even
You don't
and then
think so?
and then bitch, just the way it's used. If I hear a dude say bitch, if I was a woman, I wouldn't be
Alright, you
offended.
know-
But if they called me a bitch, I would be mad that they called me a bitch, not just because I'm a woman.
how do you
but
feel-
but maybe I'm thinking that
How
way.
you feel
'cause
about
I'm
like this? 'Cause I remember they see how my guys ask about that. Like he just say the word bitch like around the females, and they get upset. You think
So
you think that's
my dude, I used to be like that back in
It
the
was
day.
like, yeah, I was
I'm
chill-
talking about when I was like young.
yeah,
like,
like
in
I'm
high school.
chilling with some bitches, and then be like, oh, what the hell? Like,
Yeah. So I used to do that, and the only reason why I'm not like the reason why I really did stop. Like I even had a good friend of mine in college who would get upset, and she's like, you know, you need to stop doing that, and I still did it, cause I didn't think I was like I'm not calling her a bitch in front of her, and they're like, so that doesn't matter, which is true, but I was young and dumb, but
No, I get that,
there was a girl that I used to date, and I'll never forget. We were having a great day, and we were waiting for the train to head back to her crib, and there was this woman that was across from the other platform at JFK Station, and I said some comment about her, but I was just like something like, oh, hey, why is this bitch or blah 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 blah, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
And she got pissed, and she was just like, why you gotta call her a bitch for? You don't know her, this or that. And I was just like, I don't know her. She didn't hear me call her a bitch. You know, like what's the big deal? And then honestly, it's weird, but she was just like, so if another guy was looking at us right now and he was talking about me and he was just like, oh, this bitch, blah blah blah, how would you just feel? Even if you didn't know, but are you okay with that, knowing that there's other guys? And I was like, no, I wouldn't be okay with that, because I really wouldn't. And I don't know, that's what I needed to just be like. And I don't use it in that way anymore. Like, unless of course, like, as I'm joking, which I like.
Right.
There's some
If
people will
it's
argue
jokingly.
that that's still bad too. But like, I wouldn't be like, oh, you know, do you know if this bitch, blah blah blah, blah, or like, oh, you know, like I wouldn't, like, if I'm like actually like talking about somebody, not like, you know, joking. But would I call her a bitch if she's being a bitch? Yeah, cause
What qualifies being a bitch though?
what
I
quali-
feel like when you using that, it's like usually directing that at females though.
so
It doesn't have to be though.
But usually,
I agree.
but when you doing that, it usually is. And if you call another dude a bitch, like that's like you trying to square up with him. Like you're not gonna just like,
honestly, some do call
Not
me a bitch.
necessarily.
I don't really. I mean, maybe this is just me personally, but I don't get offensive about it. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, you call me a bitch, you call me a
I
bitch.
feel like when a dude's trying to do that to you, he's trying to square up with you though.
yeah, I
Like-
can see
like, is that
that.
not
So
fair to say?
so
like in any context.
Like if the dude's calling like, oh you a fucking bitch, da da da. It's like he's like yo, what's up?
I mean, if he's trying to square up, he's trying to square up regardless of what language he uses.
Yeah, but I feel like that'll be the only time really like when
no,
when
but
else-
honestly,
when
they
else
could
you
use They could use any word. They
You
could be like,
can,
you're
but
fucking pussy.
No, yeah,
you're
exactly.
fucking
But
dick.
when else you gonna call another dude that though? Like you don't do that.
Yeah, you do. Like if you go to Six Flags and you're afraid to go into Superman, stop being a
bitch,
bitch, bro.
yeah.
But that's in the joking matter though.
But that's when I would use it though.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's different, bro. I don't know. That's in the joke, but I feel like the joking matter is different though. Like we're using it like a regular casual type thing. Just talking about.
I mean, look.
So like, if a man displeases me, I wouldn't call him a bitch. Is what you're saying. But if a woman displeases me, then I'll call her a bitch.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what.
Is that true?
Because you wouldn't. That wouldn't be your first word to go to.
So I see what you're saying. I do. I see what you're saying. But like, look at the word pussy, right? When you call someone a pussy.
Yeah.
Dudes never call girls pussy.
No.
Never. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't
it's
say,
the same thing with. Yeah, it's the same thing.
But what I'm just saying is, what if it just happens to be that there's no word to apply to a man other than jerk, ass, dick, you know, and nobody just has come up with an offensive word to call men yet, and we have one in the words bitch when they're being a jerk, ass, or dick.
Yeah,
like
we
instead
have
of calling
jerk.
a girl
Asshole.
a dick, we call her a bitch. Instead of calling her a jerk or an asshole, like guys, that's what guys usually get. They usually get asshole. Oh, you're an asshole. Most people don't call women assholes. And they all have one. We all have assholes. But only men get called assholes. You know what I mean?
Typically, yeah.
Typically. You know, not
that's
full
a
in the
fair
general
point.
sense. So,
But that's a fair point.
I don't know, man.
but by the way, I'm not advocating calling women bitches.
I feel like that's clear. I feel like you're just talking about why it just so happens that women get called bitch more often than men do.
Yeah.
Because men have their own words.
When a woman's being a jerk, I don't say you're a jerk. Like, or you're an asshole. I don't know. Just the word bitch comes out because, and honestly, it is society. It's society set that up. They say if a woman's being a jerk or being an asshole or rude, they're a bitch. If a guy is being a bitch, he's being a pussy. Like they just changed like how it is. Like, oh, you're being a bitch. It's like you're scared or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I'm glad you agree.
I can't think of any other words, so like, but I still don't know, man. It's just that.
So you would never call a woman a bitch, even though she's being the biggest bitch ever.
Nah.
Even if she's being like a total dick.
Bro, nah. It's just I don't know.
A total jerk, a total asshole.
I don't know what I would call it. I don't, but nah, I wouldn't do it. I feel like it's just. I feel like it's just the next level. Like it's a level too far.
Really?
I just feel like it's a level too far.
Nah.
Slut
is.
to
be honest,
not bitch.
To be honest, I don't get offended by it. I don't think it's offensive, but I still wouldn't say it. I don't know if that's weird. Like I would never call a woman a bitch to her face.
Yeah, I just feel like it's too far. I feel like it's going too far. It's like if someone like a white dude just calls you up and he's like, "You fucking nigger." Like it's just going too far.
It's because I know how offensive it is.
Yeah, you're going
right. Not because I'm offended by it, but because I know that it offends them so much. Just
Yeah,
that particular
I feel
word.
I feel
and I do feel like some people are offended by words that shouldn't be offensive.
Like what?
Like female. That's offensive now. That's offensive now, bro. I got some females that look at this, like they're offended by female now, bro.
All right.
Because they say now female is just a replacement for bitch, so that's offensive because we know what you mean.
Yes. I kid you not. There was a really popular.
That's the thing now, bro.
It was.
Wait,
say
female is a replacement
Or
for the word bitch?
it's not classifying like girls as like humans. So female is what you use to define like you have a female dog, you have a female horse, you have a female whatever animal. But instead of calling them like instead of calling them woman.
I say the word woman when woman needs to be used, and I say female if the word female needs to be used.
When does female need to be used?
No, I agree. There is certain times you should. So you shouldn't say female.
If you differentiate, then maybe they got a point, no?
Yeah, I do differentiate.
I don't differentiate.
There is a difference.
I'm saying
difference.
But one thing I don't see how
saying,
female is
yeah,
equivalent to the word bitch. Like that's just taking someone's in their feelings.
Their argument is that because we know that the word bitch is offensive now, we found a word to replace it, and because they know the meaning underneath, it's like saying N-word. It's like if people say you can't say N-word no more because we know what you say. That's what they're saying. You can't say female.
I don't think any man when he says the word female.
That's what is going on right now, bro.
Like I'm gonna get this, this woman. Like I'm gonna get this girl somehow. Oh, I'm gonna call her a female. She ain't gonna see it. She ain't gonna know. But on the low, I'm calling. No, what the fuck?
You know what? You gotta put your foot down somewhere, bro. I'm not buying this one. Nah,
so one thing I would differentiate. Like I've heard dudes say this, before. They'll be like, so this female went out into that. I would never talk like that, cause to me that doesn't make sense.
What you say, this female?
Yeah, I would say this woman. To me, it doesn't make sense for people to talk like that.
It's interchangeable though. I was showing this female. I was showing this chick. I was showing this shorty.
But then so think of it this way. It sounds weird if you say, so I saw this male.
No, but
you would say this man. So I don't know. It just seems weird to me that like you have to describe their gender in that sense. Like in that sense, like to say, I want you to know that she was specifically a female. If you say woman, you know that it's a female.
It is weird to
I
say
mean,
male.
it's 2019.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So think like it's weird to say male. If you say, hey,
It's
Males
2019.
ain't shit.
It's
Females
2019.
ain't
It's
shit.
2019. Might be more specific now.
don't tell me it's 2019, yo. People be weird as
I'm
fuck.
just-
with
what are you saying?
I'm just saying it might be more specific.
You saying there's more than 2 genders?
I'm saying you just have to be more specific.
That's not being more specific.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It literally is. You can have a transgender woman, transgender man. If you say female, there's no debate.
But you can have a transgender woman. Was that what you just said?
Yes.
And you say
If you
female.
say female, there's no debate. Female. You can't debate female.
So that's the more specific thing.
It is the more specific thing.
But if someone says this woman or this girl, no one's thinking like, all right, but was this girl male? Like no one's thinking that.
But I'm just saying,
I'm just saying, I do see the whole thing of like, people replacing the like the word female instead of what.
It's like saying N-word is now offensive.
No.
What they use to say nigga.
No. I don't think like female is not offensive. I don't think I'm not saying it's offensive, but I do see the whole thing of like why not refer to.
And I'm talking about that argument, right?
Yeah.
Like you say, like wait, you're saying that because we use it to replace bitch specifically?
No, not to replace bitch. Like woman, just woman specifically. I think that's nonsense that female and bitch are equivalent in any kind of way. I really think that's nonsense.
2019, man.
Yeah, that's somebody that's
No,
really in their feelings and trying to turn something.
One of our female friends on. Oh, he's fuck. We need to get one of our women friends.
He's off the. Nothing wrong with
No,
that.
that works. That works though. Because you say what kind of friends?
We need to get some women.
Female friends.
We need to get
Just
some,
like you say male friends.
Right.
That's you're describing. If you said if you said, hey, we need to get one of our females to go like, then that would be fun. Like.
we need to get some more women friends on.
I mean, even
woman
females,
friends,
that
really,
might
bro?
even be okay.
No, stop it, bro. This is a safe space. I told him.
Yo,
This is
political
a safe
correctness
space,
is fucking
bro.
crazy. It's fucking crazy. Wait, so
we need to get some of their viewpoints.
Wait, I
maybe,
think-
maybe they can argue better than we can because we just three.
So
Maybe.
black guys.
let
Especially
me
with the bitch thing.
let me ask you guys this. I think we will all definitely come to agreement with this.
Yeah.
But so what about the word faggot? I think that shouldn't be
That's
said.
wild. Nah,
Yeah.
just don't do
But
it.
why is it? I remember I was watching the Dave Chappelle comedy. If you guys saw that, why is it though that fag is
It's just
It was never popularized.
too much bad stuff has happened. Using that word.
Because I agree.
I
I think
think too, though.
Yeah, but like
But nigga was popularized.
But we called ourselves that afterwards, though. And I say we, like in general, like the culture that there's no gay culture. Like, oh, I'm chilling with my faggot tip. Like, there's just that doesn't happen.
That's true.
That does not happen.
Yeah.
So it's just like
It seems like such a. I have some friends who actually
Yeah.
use that as like a joking way. They never. I don't think they would actually
bro.
call a gay person a faggot. But like they'll say to me, like they'll be like, "Hey yo, you could come out tonight," and I'll be like, "No, I'm staying in, faggot." Like that's what. Like,
Bro, I've heard kids using it, bro. 2 kids were arguing like, "Stop being a faggot."
No, yeah. Have you?
I don't know why.
You've
It
never-
just seems. It seems.
crazy.
I'm like.
you never heard that word in a non-offensive manner. There's just no way you can.
That's true.
you
So
just,
maybe that's what it is.
With nigga, you can use it several different ways. But I'm chilling with my I'm chilling with my nigga.
The word gay, it's been used in different ways, and gay is a word that I know that you guys too, because everybody like in my generation used it back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
That's a bad
I
thing.
remember you used to see those commercials about it, like,
Hillary Duff?
Grant Hill had commercials like, oh, that's gay, like it was like freaking buzzers, like don't say that.
Hillary Duff, I went to.
Yeah.
That's the one I saw.
So it was like,
And I used to say it all the time until my dad's the one who he like yelled at me one time because I'm really cool with my parents, guys. Like I say nigga.
That's so cool.
So I don't know if my dad said like something or something, and I was just like, man, that's gay. Like to him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what you say? And he's just like, don't be saying that. And I was just like, I don't mean it to be offensive. Like I'm just saying it's stupid, but which is wrong. Like gay and
Right.
stupid shouldn't be are not the same thing.
nah, yeah.
But that's how everybody would use
I
it
remember,
back in the day.
back in, I mean, even elementary school, people used to say that joint.
Yeah.
Still, so it was like,
I went
I
way
think,
back.
after after maybe 7th grade, so maybe like, I don't even remember.
I don't know, but they did a good job of making it,
Those campaigns
known
against
that.
it. Yeah. So
You know
It's
what's
not right.
you know what's funny though? This is when I got out of high school. I was in college, and one of my high school friends during the summertime. He came to visit me to chill, and the time we chilled before that, he told me he was gay. I didn't know he was gay. So throughout whole high school, whatever, I didn't know. And no. It was that day. That day he told me that he was gay. So, we're talking about, I'm like, hey, it's cool. I'm surprised you didn't tell me before, blah, blah. And at the end, because we were just driving around, talking, catching up, he went to drop me off back at my crib. And
he had a crush on you.
Nah.
That's your go-to, bro.
Nah. That probably actually would have been less awkward.
What happened?
No, but is that the homophobe thing then? Is that why people say homophobe?
No, that was just wild. Like I said that it's meant to be a joke. Like
Yeah.
that was like the cliche, awkward situation with my gay friend. He had a
No, but is that why? Is that where
a
the
gay
word?
guy has a crush on you doesn't mean.
Is that
I remember
what
that's what people say. That doesn't mean that they're gonna
no,
rape you.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like,
was that what?
You curve them like you curve other people.
Right.
You know.
The word homophobe doesn't make sense to me.
Wait, but what happened?
Wait, go ahead.
Oh, so I was telling them, I'm gonna go inside and watch this show. I forgot what show it was, but I was just like, it's the last episode, and the next season won't come on until next summer. Like I gotta wait like all the way till next summer. That shit's mad gay.
Oh,
and then like
you forced it.
I was like, that shit's mad gay. That I gotta wait. The moment I said that, I was just like, yo, my bad. Yo, he's no. Listen. He was cracking up, and he was like, Gerry, you can be yourself around me. Like you used to say that before. He's like, that is gay. I agree with you. Like what? And then I'm like, yeah, but you can say, because and he's just like, no, it doesn't matter. And but his whole idea was like, he told me this, and he doesn't want me to treat him any differently. You know what I mean? Because he thought the way I was with him was completely fine. And he said that was the main reason why he was scared to tell me, because he told some of his other friends that were his female friends.
His what friends?
His female friends.
His what friends?
His friends that were female. I got your back, Alex. I'm get right now.
Yo, get out the house,
bro. But he said he had a tough time, telling his male friends because he didn't know how they would react, or that they would start treating him differently. You know what I mean? But and I felt that. But something like that is to like, I was just like, oh, I gotta be careful on like how I like say something like that. But he honestly didn't care. And to be honest, I actually really wonder if the gay community as a whole cares that much about, like, I know for the word faggot they really do.
Yeah.
Like,
but
the
I
word,
feel like they did care about
you think
them
if there was-
using gay synonymous with stupid.
If there was a campaign for it, you think they did then? Because it was a pretty large TV campaign, bro. I saw a
it
lot of
was.
commercials
I
for it,
do
bro.
remember. I remember the
But
whole
that's the
thing.
other thing. So it's like there's one more word we didn't touch on, which is retarded.
Oh.
And people used to, I used to say that shit all the time, bro. I used to be like, yo, this is retarded. I used to say it all
So
the
you
time.
don't say it anymore?
I don't think I do. Like
Why not?
it's just like people just like, oh, it's the wrong thing to say. Like you shouldn't say that. It's like messed
When
up.
describing people?
No, I'd be like, there'll be like if someone says something stupid or like they do something stupid, like, oh, are you retarded? Like, what's wrong with you? So I can see why maybe they found that, like, I mean, they're not gonna find it offensive, but freaking.
So what if it's like, what if people are like, are you autistic? Some shit like that.
Autistic, I
Like,
feel like is like really.
that would definitely be
I feel like
offensive,
that's
right?
disrespectful, yeah.
So is that the same thing with retarded? Because it's like a condition that people suffer from, and using it in that context.
I guess it is
kind of thing.
But people just like no one used to use autistic as like a.
Right, no one does that. I'm just using it as an example of like
retarded,
another condition
people
that
used to say that about like people used to, oh, this is retarded.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you do something dumb. Oh, are you retarded? Like they'll ask you, are you retarded? Like that. But they'll never be like.
So how about you? Do you say it?
I don't say it anymore, but I don't think it's as offensive as people make it seem.
So I try not to say it because I do think people get offended by it. So I do it out of respect. I don't say it.
Right,
Almost
it's like bitch.
like the word, saying, oh, this is gay. Like that might slip out in a blue moon because I hardly ever say that anymore. But it'll come out and I'll be like, oh, this shit's retarded.
Let me ask you a question real quick then. Who decides if it's offensive then? Because in that situation,
The
it's
group
like
of people who it describes.
no, because they're not like they're not the ones that are coming up to you telling like, oh, this shit feels bad.
I feel like though,
Yeah, I
like,
feel like they
because
are.
so
No, like
Instead-
how many,
instead-
like,
instead
how
of
many
this-
like mentally challenged people do you know? And like, oh, you say it like I feel like it's just not many situations where you have that interaction where you be like do that to somebody.
I'll be honest though, even though like I don't think the word retarded is like used like that a lot, but
Not
I feel
anymore.
like yeah, but I don't think that's the meaning behind it will ever go away, because like if people are not gonna say yo are you retarded, people are gonna say yo you fucking slow, or people are gonna say yo you mentally ill, like even like that.
But
they'll
that's
use it in
all the
offensive
things
way.
that retarded means.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. So I almost feel like the word itself is not really offensive.
It's not being misused.
Yeah, it's just people are using it in an offensive way.
Right.
Because you could literally like you could do something. I could be like, dude, you mentally ill? Yo, you good in the head? Something
Some
like
people
that.
actually get offended by that.
Yeah,
Like-
like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody says to me, yo, are you slow? I be like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean am I slow?
Yeah.
And that's literally the same. Or if somebody's like, yo, dude, are you mentally ill?
Especially if you got like a family member or like a friend who actually like is mentally ill or slow
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Which is the case.
Yeah, people just
a lot.
would use it no matter what. Like you can literally take retard out of the dictionary, and I feel like people will still use the definition of retard and just replace it and just be like.
That's why I feel like it's not as offensive as people might make it seem, because they're using it the way that
how it's meant. But just because
It's
if you use
meant
it
to
somehow
be
it's meant to be
used.
used doesn't make it mean less offensive though.
but the word itself isn't bad. Right? Because
That's
retarded
what I
retarded
feel.
isn't
The
a
word
slur.
itself isn't bad.
Retarded
But
is
I
a
won't say
dictionary
because people
word
get offended by
It's
it.
become a
means
slur though.
it's a dictionary word that the denotation means slow. Stop.
Yeah, but
you
it's
know,
not.
And that's
not
all.
where
And that's
you're
what you're
supposed to
really
be.
saying.
But
You're just
English-
like,
but,
yo,
language,
you're slow.
Language evolves though, so like certain words aren't used the same way they are, and different words have different meanings.
How
It's
else was
the same-
retarded used? It was.
No,
it always
but
meant
was
that.
meant.
That's
but
what it
was
always
meant to be
meant.
offensive when you said it back then, though.
It's
When-
not
when-
meant to be
but
offensive.
anytime-
No,
It
anytime-
wasn't
wasn't.
saying
It
stupid
turned-
is meant to be offensive. Are you stupid? Is
Yeah,
stupid a bad word
you're
now?
trying. Yes, you're trying to call it like you're literally attacking the person's intelligence.
I don't
Stupid's
even. I
not
don't
a
even
bad
think
word.
it is. Like I mean, again, I don't actually know the
Bro,
real
when
history
you-
of it, but I imagine. I don't know. I can't even speak on that.
Oh,
but
all right, man. Well, yeah. Let's know what y'all think, man. We wrapping up on this episode.
I can go on, bro.
Yeah. I didn't even cut you off.
I'm making this a
We
2-hour
talked-
episode.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of different words. Let us know what you think about the N word, retard, faggots.
Bitch.
Yep. All those fun words we used to say.
I like
when
how
were
we all
kids.
came in agreement. Like we're not even gonna talk about slut. That's a bad word. That's not gonna be used. We can play around with nigga, retard, gay. I mean, and faggot too. Faggot and slut.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
We're not touching that.
Yeah.
That's
Those are
no
two
good.
words.
Those are
like-
two words we're just not gonna say no more. Let us know what y'all think.
Especially about the nigga one, because there's a lot of discussion about this, and I want to know, like, especially like white people, like your perspective on this whole debate. Like, yeah, so let us know, like, even if us saying nigga so much makes you uncomfortable, like just watching this video.
Yup, and to all my lady friends out there, we're gonna get your
Your what friends?
Your lady friends.
You gonna learn, bro?
Hey man, it's,
The fuck is lady friends?
they find it.
Those are women.
Yeah, to my friends that are women. Yeah, there we go.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. Yeah, there we go. Right.
Just try
You're
friends.
specifically non-transgendered women friends, right?
Yes, 100%.
You gotta be very specific. Can't get it mixed up with bitch.
Ooh, where'd that come from?
If you say
You can't
female,
mix up a bitch.
you can't get it. You can't let it get confused with bitch. If you say female, that can mean bitch. If you say lady, that can mean bitch.
We're gonna have someone on this podcast so we can
There you go.
cut it, yeah.
There you go.
Alright. Let us know what y'all think.
Comment down below.
It's clouded right now.
Like and
man.
subscribe.
I don't
See?
understand anything.
We'll see y'all next time.